Baseball is so fun because 2 years ago, Tarik Skubal could have walked by you. In fact, he probably did, and you thought nothing. Bro went from a walking NPC to the final boss battle. It's weird to think he had 4 seasons of Major League experience before 2024 when he won his first Cy Young Award. Like, it's trippy looking at those seasons. From 2020 to 2023, 20% of me believes this isn't even actually him. Or he took some super serum after 2023. No, but you could actually see the improvements, like, clearly as the years went before Skubal became what he is now. It's like he was slowly charging up his powers to unleash starting in 2024. I can already see it like a Marvel post-credit scene after the 2023 season. It's actually really satisfying to see how his career has gone from a chronological perspective. Like, his numbers, specifically his ERA, have improved every year. In 2020, Skubal had a 5.6 ERA. 2021, it was 4.3. 2022, 3.5. 2023, 2.8. 2024, 2.39. 2025, 2.21. He's getting more powerful as he ages. The Tigers obviously have a special guy on their hands. So naturally, of course, as we all would, they want to tell him to
get out! Yo, chill, man. Get out! Chill, man.
Okay, maybe not exactly that, but in a way, it's kind of getting to that point. So thank you for being here, subscribed or not, and if you haven't joined the 49% Elite Humans, consider hitting that button if you like the videos. As the better Skubal's been getting the last 2 years, of course, the higher his price tag gets when he reaches free agency, which is in just 1 year. And what we're looking at with Skubal is possibly the biggest pitching contract ever. It probably will be. In fact, he's projected to blow by what the current richest contract is, which is Yamamoto at $325 million. Garrett Cole is right behind him at $324. If you want to go per year, Cole is getting more because his contract is 9 years, Yamamoto's is 12, but you get the point. Well, Skubal is projected to get at least $400 million. $400 million. Right away, just knowing that on its own makes it very hard to see the Tigers keeping him forever. I highly doubt they're going to pay that, and we already have reports almost confirming that, how impossible that seems. There was this report a few weeks ago that he and the Tigers were $250 million apart in negotiations. $250 million. That's insane. What that means is either the Tigers are really lowballing Skubal or Skubal's asking for $600 million. And I'm going to go more with the first one. I mean, think about it. If Skubal's projected to get about $400 million, that could mean the Tigers offered him $150 million, which is insane. That's crazy. I mean, I guess it's worth a shot. What if he said yes? I mean, theoretically, he could say yes to $1 million. You never know. Obviously, I don't know the details, but that big of a gap between the two sides practically screams Skubal's Tigers days are limited. How can it not? It practically roars it. I get it, because Tigers and roar. I'm not even saying that means a trade is 100%. More so that it seems inevitable the most Skubal will be a Tiger is 1 more year. At the absolute most. Like, I really don't see another scenario. Unless he takes $150 million. So in that case, wouldn't a trade also seem inevitable? Because the worst thing to happen, at least theoretically, would be letting Skubal go in free agency without getting any value for him. I mean, the best outcome for that scenario obviously would be if you win a World Series. Like, if the Tigers won it all next year with the help of Skubal, him leaving wouldn't hurt as bad. Obviously, you don't want to see him leave, but it would not hurt nearly as bad considering you got the ultimate achievement you play this game for to begin with. So there's 2 ways of looking at it. Either you feel it's better to keep him, even if it's only for 1 more year, because he can help you win in 2026, and that's worth more than what you can get in a trade, or you of course trade him while you still can get value and hope you can win without him. Usually when a team operates, they're not thinking about the fans, and that sounds effed up, but most of the time, not all of the time, but most of the time, that's actually how it needs to be. Like, imagine if a team's general manager was chronically online worrying about what the fans are saying, and it actually affected how he made decisions. That'd be so bad. At that point, just have Twitter or Reddit run the team. It'd be a disaster. They need to stay focused and trust in their decision making, trust in the reason that they have the job to begin with. Because a lot of the time, the people with those jobs do know better than us fans. But there are certain situations where I actually do think the human element of it, like the fan perspective, does matter and should be heavily considered before making a move. It's kind of like how the Dodgers were pretty instantly out on signing Carlos Correa a couple years ago when he was a free agent because of how the fans would probably look at that, since they fucking hate him. Like, imagine Dodger fans are all Jews and Correa is Hitler, or they're all Christians and Correa is Stalin. I don't know, pick your poison. That's basically what that relationship looks like. Now, some people may say, who cares? He makes the team better, even if he was our enemy. And I've seen that in other ways too. People who say they don't care if they have a serial killer on their team. It could be John Wayne Gacy himself at first base and R. Kelly on the mound. And as long as they get 40 home runs and a Cy Young Award out of it, they don't care. But I think that's a dumb way to look at it. Obviously, no team's going to have a serial killer on their team. But you get what I'm saying. I do think the character of the player matters, at least to an extent. Like, there should be some pride in having good guys on your team. Like, the emotional aspect of things, I think, matters. Carlos Correa, as talented as he can be, he's still one guy, and the Dodgers don't need him. They can very well find a way to win without bringing in a player the fan base hates. And, well, yeah, how does back-to-back championships sound? I'm getting off on a tangent here, but my point is, with the Skubal thing, something the Tigers front office should also factor in is how the fan base will take a trade, like how they'll react to it. Like, yes, he's likely gone anyway if he's going to require $400 million to keep it. And I don't think the fans would necessarily hate the team for not paying him that. But think about how trading Skubal, I mean, the man just dragged his balls across opposing hitters' faces the last 2 years like it was nothing. He won 2 straight Cy Young Awards. Think about how the fans will take you then turning around and trading him without getting a proper goodbye. Again, that can't be the only reason you don't trade him, the emotional aspect of it. You got to factor in if it's logically the best thing to do, and if it is, then you do it. But I think you do have to factor in, like, how the fans would feel. Like, would it really be worth doing? And I think trading him, at least in the offseason, is not the smartest thing to do. At the end of the day, it really just depends on the return. The return has to be elite. Now, regardless, it can only be so great of a return because he does only have 1 year left. So even someone as good as Skubal can only get you so much with just 1 year of control, which then brings you back to the thought of, well, at that point, you might as well just keep him and get as much of him left while you still can if a return can't be that great. The only way the Tigers should trade Skubal this offseason is if the return from a team almost seems too good to be true. Like, to the point they have to ask a couple times to make sure they heard it right. Because there's a chance that if they actually waited until the trade deadline, even though Skubal would have even less guaranteed time than he already has wherever he's traded to, there's a chance you could actually get more then than you would now in November or December just because of the context. Like, teams tend to be more desperate around that time, so they might actually give up more. I also don't think, if I'm looking at this from another team's perspective, I don't know if I'd want to trade for Skubal. Like, even if you're a team like the Mets or the Yankees or the Dodgers or maybe the Red Sox, they want to pay him. Like, you might as well just wait at that point. Why give up so many? I said this with the Soto thing too when he was traded, Juan Soto. Like, why not just wait and then pay him rather than give up prospects for him and value and then pay him? Like, wouldn't you rather just do one? If you're going to have to sacrifice something, why not lessen it and just give up money rather than money and other value to get that player? Unless I had $400 million waiting for him. Like, I don't want to trade for him and then have him hit free agency. Feels like that's kind of counterintuitive. Like, I'd rather just wait and then pay him. So even if I'm another team looking at it from that perspective, I don't think I'd want to trade for him. Unless it was not that big of a return I'd have to give up. And then on that point, going back to the Tigers' perspective, obviously they're not going to want to do that. They'd rather just keep him at that point. So overall, I think the Tigers just probably won't trade him. I don't think they should trade him. And if the Tigers, let's say they waited until the trade deadline to get a better return, that would also mean the Tigers have to be out of it too. Like, if you're in the middle of another playoff chase, you're not trading away Tarik Skubal. So I feel like this all leads back to the fact that it's probably best to just not trade him at all if you're the Tigers, unless either you get a ridiculous offer or you're out of it by the trade deadline next year. And either of things could happen, like, they're very realistic, but it feels like they're the only scenarios in which a trade works. And again, even looking at it from another team's perspective, would it be worth giving up that much just for a year and you're not guaranteed to have him for that long? I'd rather just wait. So for the Tigers, you have arguably the best pitcher in baseball on your team. Yeah, you're probably not going to re-sign him, but while you still have him, you might as well try and run it back with him one more time. So that's it for now. Love you. Bye.